Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is going to be a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of July 26th to August 1st. All right, let's get started and see what messages we have for our Sagittarius friends for this upcoming week. And if this reading resonates for you, don't forget to leave me a comment below and to hit that like button. Really helps me know that the readings are resonating for you guys. Okay, let's get started here. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions. Okay, thank you. All right, Sag, let's see. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, Two of Wands on the bottom. Okay, let's have a look here. So it looks like it's getting tricky to understand that everything you're going through is part of the process because of this immense weight on your chest that you feel you have to make a huge choice, and it is going to involve sacrifice. And you don't see right now how that could be part of the plan. Okay, you're not understanding how that could be part of the plan. It's hidden from you. There is a lot of stuff around you that doesn't make sense to you right now. Lots of illusions, lots of things that appear to be real but may not be. Lots of things that appear to be one way but maybe a different way. Somewhat altogether completely different, yeah? And you really feel like you have to make some serious decisions here, and that ultimately you're going to face separation. Ultimately, you will be separated from something in your life that you will have to adjust to, and it'll be a difficult adjustment. It's going to disturb your life pattern enough. Your life pattern, your day-to-day life pattern is going to be disturbed enough that it's a big shift, and you see it, you know it. You can feel the gravity of the situation, Sagittarius. This is really interesting. At the end of the day, I do see that you will complete whatever it is that you have to do here. Whatever has to get done is going to get done. You're going to get it to the first phase. You're going to make it out of this storyline. This seems to be the uncertain part of the movie. You know what I mean? I like to sort of equate things to being the observer watching a movie. And in this movie, you've gotten to the place where you just started, and it's very mysterious. And all of a sudden you meet this character who has to make this really big choice, and they're struggling with it, and they don't know how to make this choice, and they're really overthinking it. They're overthinking it with apprehension times a million. Like, saying apprehension doesn't even, they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders with this decision, and they don't want to be the authority. They are the authority, but they don't want to be. You don't want to be in charge of this situation. Sorry, I was getting carried away with the movie analogy. But you're watching this movie and you're seeing this person struggling in the beginning of the movie who doesn't want to be in charge. They don't want to be the decision maker, but they are. And it's forcing them down a path that's going to teach them something about themselves. So this is you. You're the main character in this movie, and right now you're being ushered down a path where you have to make a choice, and that choice is going to teach you so much about yourself. But you can sense that. You can sense that the choice has a lot of weight, and that it's going to change your life once this choice is made. And there could be some separation or conflict involved with the outcome. Okay? And you can sense that already. And so can everyone around you. And they can see that you are delaying making a choice because you're overthinking it. It's actually quite simple. It's just that in its simplicity, you are devastated. Like, you're like, that can't be the choice I have to make. I feel like the Sagittariuses out there have a really hard choice to make that involves balance. Like, you've got the Lovers and the Chariot card here. You've got the Hanged Man in reverse, which says that you're not trusting the process. You're like, I don't see how this kind of choice could be part of the process. In what world is this kind of choice part of the process? Well, it's part of a world that changes suddenly. And you're like, I want sudden change, but I'm also terrified of sudden change, because what if one of these outcomes happens? I don't want the outcome that involves pain and separation. I don't want that outcome. You desperately want the change to happen, because it's almost like you're in a place right now where it's getting difficult to sort of keep up with your emotions on a mental level. Actually, let me strike that, because there's no cups here. This is a mental anguish that you're going through, not an emotional one. This is mental. This is a mental anguish. You're not sleeping. You could be grinding your teeth. You're constantly thinking about this, but in a way that's not helping you, because it's almost like you need to tap into your intuition to figure this out. You need to tap into your intuition to figure this out. And then there's also this aspect of you that's not trusting the process and sort of thinking, it's almost like you're thinking about it in a way that needs to shift. Your perspective on the situation is not the whole, it's one perspective. Okay, you've got a perspective on the situation. It's just one perspective. You need a different perspective on this situation. And my ear is like popping, like I just got off a plane here. Yeah, you need a different perspective, my Sagittarius friends. You can't keep looking at this situation the same way and expecting different results. Does that make sense? Like, but at the same time, I'm telling you, something's shifting. There's something shifting, and your inspiration is going to get you there. So you know what? If this scenario gets to be too much of a headache or a nightmare for you, go do something inspired. Whatever that is. Do you dance? Do you paint? Do you exercise? What do you like to do? You like to cook? Do you like to sew? What makes you feel so happy doing? Something creative. Something creative. You need to do something creative that will help you tap into yourself and your intuition. Something that you naturally feel is an effort, something that you naturally feel is a skill, talent, or gift that you have. Okay, you need to tap into those things. That's going to help you see the truth. The truth of your situation is going to be revealed to you if you tap into those things about yourself that, you know, make you feel content and in harmony. A lack of harmony. There's a lack of harmony that's causing this to feel mentally more than it needs to. It's almost, you're resisting it, right? Like the second we don't just allow and accept, the second we resist, it suddenly becomes like you can feel every little movement that you make, you know, like, because it's literally grinding in the opposite direction. So once we accept and we just go with the flow, the current takes us where it wants us to go. And yes, is it scary? Sometimes. Is it unfamiliar? Sure. Does it disturb the day-to-day? Absolutely. But is it going to get you somewhere new? For sure. Are you going to adapt? Definitely. And are you going to be better for it? I would say so. But I know there's a separation here that you can't mentally quite get over yet. I get it. Sagittarius, you know, overthinking, it's not going to do you any good. Please stop overthinking it. Align your energies. Do something that makes you feel good. Every moment that you have where you're grinding your teeth and feeling stressed, take double that amount of time and go do something that makes you feel like your heart's going to explode with joy. Please balance this out a bit. You have to get these horsies in balance because they're running in opposite directions, and that's going to rip things apart. So Sagittarius, feed your soul. Feed your soul, Sagittarius. That's going to be the way to get this head game you're playing with yourself to stop. Feed your soul. Accept what's happening as part of the process, and feed your soul. Yeah, accept what's happening as part of the process and feed your soul. Okay, what is the final guidance card here from the Angel Oracle for Sagittarius? A Sagittarius gave me this deck, so I hope she's listening. Okay, thank you. Surrender. Yes. What did I just say? Didn't I say surrender? I don't think I used the word surrender. I said accept and allow and go with the flow. So that is a form of surrender, you guys. And it's going to bring in the connections you want to make. Okay, it's interesting to see romance and connection here. Surrender to the romance and connection. Do something that sets your heart on fire, I think is what I said. So you know what? You've got to pursue this idea of passion. It doesn't have to be a romantic passion. I know this card says romance and connection, but it could just be connecting with what feeds your soul. That's what you need to do. Surrender to that. My dear Sagittarius, surrender to that. This romance and connection card really makes me think, though, that like by stepping into what really feeds your soul, if you're a single Sagittarius, you might not be for long. So keep moving, Sag. Let this life change happen. Let it happen. You got this. You got this. And you are divinely protected, directed. And, you know, it's a new life for you. There are going to be some things that don't come along. You know what I mean? Like there will be conflict, there will be separation, but it will be for your highest self. Like it will push you forward. You'll be making room for things. You'll be healing. Yeah. So surrender to that. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated for you and you'd like a personal reading, my email is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.